Hi, I'm Miles.
And I'm Marika.
And this is I Don't Know What I'm Doing.
'Cause we don't.
So, we're starting this episode on a low note. Basically, we recorded in advance, but in our timeline, last Friday, our good friend Shireen passed away.
Right.
And it's just like, obviously it sucks when anyone dies, but like, Shireen was like, I was thinking about it, because when we decided to talk about it on our podcast, like, she knew what she was doing. That's what was so different about her. I don't know, Marika, if you got that vibe, but like, to me, like, Shireen was somebody who knew what she was doing. Even when she was like, we went to a New Year's party when we were like in our early 20s, and I'm trying to throw together some like shitty dress clothes joke of an outfit, and she comes in wearing like a beautiful like black blazer with like a expensive looking white shirt and black pants. She looked so put together. And this was like in her early, maybe mid 20s, like.
Right. Her energy and her, this is going to sound so cheesy, guys, but like her light and what she brought into the room was very contagious, and that like, she was just a fun person to be around, like, and like cultured, and like had so much, could put so much value out there, you know, and like, it's just, it's, I don't know, it's really, you know, when people say like, oh, this person was so great and blah, 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 like, when I hear about that, but people I don't know, I'm like, okay, I'm sure, whatever, I roll my eyes, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But when I was like reading her Facebook of how like wonderful everyone said she was, and like, it's really true. Like, she was just such a wonderful, rare person that you don't really get to meet a lot.
Yeah, she was like nobody else.
Yeah, she's definitely like one of a kind, like for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I went to Greece with her and my brother, and like, we were actually in Istanbul first, and she was buying a Turkish rug, like a small one, but they're still really expensive. And she bartered. We were there for 3 hours bartering this rug down.
Oh, wait.
And the guy looked like George Clooney, and he served us apple tea. And
oh, God.
he would be like, okay, so what about like 340? And she would just silently would sit there for a full minute. No one would say anything. And he's like,
hello?
Okay, so are you not okay with that price? Wouldn't say anything for another minute. This was her game. I was like, she knew what, she had all these like skills. I don't know if it's because her parents, like her dad's from Palestine, her mom's from Poland. Like, she had all these values and skills that like felt from a different place. Like, she'd be like, when you go to a wedding, you give them $300 and like things like that. But that's where I felt like she did, A, she really knew what she was doing, and B, yeah, she did have this, like, light and love for people, and.
Oh, I didn't know she did that.
Yeah.
Oh, and now that reminds me of a story of where, like, she got mugged, or almost got mugged, because she told them no. Mm-hmm. And she, like, fought back in a way. I don't think she physically fought back, but she was like, no.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, like, that happened when we were in fucking college. Yeah, like, I wish I knew her better. Like, I wish we were actual friends. We were just more like acquaintances.
Yeah. We went to a wedding. I'm glad we went to a wedding together over Memorial Day weekend. I was her guest, so I'm glad. It's like, anytime somebody passes away, like when my uncle passed away, like, I'm just glad that I had that last time with them. Mm-hmm. It's like, at least I have that, but it's just stupid.
Yeah, so the cancer she had was NUT midline sarcoma, which basically is a rare, genetically defined, very aggressive.
I mean, I don't know how much you want to talk about her, like.
Yeah, her diagnosis, whatever. But it's just like, sorry, I don't like talking about it, but I'm curious and interested to talk about it because how rare this cancer is. Mm-hmm. And like, it goes with like Shireen being like a rare person, and it's just like boggles my mind that like out of everyone it's her that gets it, like, you know, like, it's just weird to me. Yeah, like, it sucks that like it happened at such a young age, and this happened.
We just wanted to talk about our, like, a little bit of our memory of her. Obviously there's way more stories we could tell, but it's something that happened to us this week, and not happened to us, but it's something that happened to the world this week.
Right.
So,
Shireen, we love you.
Yeah, we love you, and we'll never forget you.
Oh, absolutely not. No. Okay. So
every week we do fails of the week.
Yep.
And Marika has one.
So last week, like, I was like scrambling because like it was week 8 of my class. So it was like the end of the week, so finals are due. And it's due on a Saturday, not on a Sunday like it's typically due. And did I finish my finals? Hell to the fucking no, I didn't. Because I didn't realize that there was a project also. I combined 2 assignments together, thinking like, oh yeah, that's part of the project. Nope. So all I did was turn in 1 final. So did I? Yeah, I failed this class.
Like you failed it? You got an F?
Probably.
You don't know?
I have this tendency not to look at stuff that's negative, okay?
You avoid it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wonder what that says about you. Avoiding the negative, more difficult things.
Why? Okay, why even look at it when I know I have to retake it anyways?
Maybe you don't?
I do.
Did anything say that?
My brain did. Okay, because like things are like weighted. Like,
what
you
if
know,
your teacher was like, look, Marika, I've always been horny for you and your work, so I'm going to give you a C. What if that happened? I'm just the kind of person where I'm like, anything could happen. You might as well get the concrete facts staring
it's
you
whatever.
in your ashamed
I mean,
face.
I probably got a D, if that. Like,
well, at least you're getting some D. Somewhere, you know?
From somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. So failed my first class in my MBA program. Yay!
So lesson learned?
Lesson learned is we're gonna stay at the office to do homework Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Or we're gonna try, because this last week wasn't successful. And we're going to do homework and stuff. Yeah, things are starting off in a much better foot than the first class. Not that much better. Not that much better, but a little bit better.
You're like, let's control expectations.
Yeah, I love controlling expectations.
Oh God, you do. Basically, this week was, I think, the hardest week I've ever had. I worked like, I mean, it's gonna sound like nothing to maybe some of the listeners. I worked like 50 some hours, but I feel like people, it's such a fucking contest, right? Like, I'm like, oh my God, I worked like 50 something hours this week, which, mind you, is a full work week plus an extra like almost 2 more days. So it's like, that to me is insane. But then people are like, but I worked a 70-hour work week, or I worked 80. And I'm like, there's not even that many hours in a week. Okay? In my mind. I'm like, are you just, like, when people are like, or when they talk about founding startups, and they're like, when you found a startup, you have to work 100 hours a week for the first 3 years. And I'm like, that means you're sleeping like 5 hours a night, and then every waking minute of the day you're working? Like, I don't understand what we're saying right now. So
that's not true.
I've like
first 3 years.
I've read somewhere it's like 80 plus hours for the first 3 years. But so I worked a lot. Like, basically I worked like a 10-hour day, and then an 11-hour day, and then 12-hour day, and then a 9.5-hour day. And it was just like, I mean, that's why our podcast came out late a few episodes ago. That was that week. And I didn't go to Korean class because I had to work through it. I like didn't work out. I didn't edit this. Like, nothing. My life was just work.
How did that make you feel?
By Thursday, I felt like insane. Like, I was at work, and
But didn't you feel like exhilarated at the same time?
No, I know. I felt so beaten down because we had 2 different assignments, like for 2 different brands and 2 different teams to report to, and they had the exact same timeline.
Oh my.
So people kept being like, how's that stuff for like that one brand? And I'm like, well, we've been working on the other brand for 5 hours and we're finally done. And it's now 5 p.m. Now we can work on the other brand for the next 3 hours. Like, it was just like so grueling. And by Thursday I was like so shot. We had like a 9 a.m. meeting. Okay. And after being there probably, I think late, it was this whole situation where we were like, I was there till 9:15 on Wednesday, and then we had a 9 a.m. meeting on Thursday. It was that gross thing happened again. So we had this meeting. I had written like 4 scripts. One, the head honcho at my work really liked. Like, he's like, this script is so great. Just write like 2 more that are as good.
Oh, God.
Plus all the other work you have to do. Yeah, so I'm like going crazy like all afternoon trying to write 2 scripts that are as good as this one script. And I keep like, I'm second guessing everything. I'm like, this doesn't flow. It doesn't work. These words aren't as good. And like the hours are ticking by. It's like 1:30 now. It's 2:30 now. It's 4. And the meeting we have to turn this into is at 6. And like, I was like, you have to show this to your boss. Like, and have, because my boss, my writer boss, he'll look at it and then you can send it to the big boss and he'll look at it.
Right.
But I didn't want to show them anything. I was so mentally exhausted. I was like, literally had to go into a room by myself. I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to talk to anybody. I feel really frazzled. I don't want to talk to my boss in this emotional state right now because I feel like so spent and crazy and I don't want to pretend like, oh, here's my script. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe we can change it like that because I was so frazzled where I was just like, I don't want to look at anyone. I can't be my people right now. But I'm trapped at work. Like,
you didn't take a walk outside or anything, or?
No, because I still had to finish the script. I was like going crazy. I was like, I'm not okay. I told my partner at work, I was like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay right now.
It's so weird how like when I'm in that situation because of procrastination with homework, I kind of like either shut down and like just whatever, or I'm like, okay, let's at least do something and turn it in. Like it's not like something is better than nothing. And then also when I get frazzled like that for a work related thing, like I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here right now. I need to get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna take a little walk, take a little break, a little breather, because I think like that will help you more than you think it will.
Yeah, and I think I should have like briefly left the building.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, like your attitude is smarter. We're like, just show them anything and they'll help you.
Right.
But my mind is like, when I present stuff, I want it to be
perfect.
I don't want to have any questions in my mind about what it is. I want it to be like, I want to feel confident in it. And I did not feel confident at all.
Oh.
So I didn't want to show it to anyone.
I don't really have a lot of BDE in general. So I just like, you know, like what I was saying before, I love setting expectations and I like setting low ones because then people are I don't feel as embarrassed and I'm more humble and I know where I'm at. And if I exceed them, it's surprise and the surprise.
Yeah, so that was kind of like a fail moment for me because I feel like I just wasted the whole afternoon and it ended up being okay anyway. And then our client didn't even pick our area, so the whole week was pointless.
God, that's so frustrating. Let's slip and slide into our topic.
Yeah, that's how we transition on this show, so.
With vocal fries.
Yeah.
I like vocal fries, okay? Sue me. I like it.
But what's it called?
Vocal fry?
I thought you're saying vocal fries, like French fries.
Okay, vocal, I don't know how to say
vocal fry. It's just vocal fry.
Okay, that's like the plural way to say vocal.
Yeah, because fry is a verb.
Anyways.
And you guys, okay, so our topic this week is I don't know how to plan ahead. As my mom would say, not everyone is a future-focused person. And I would say to that, are you?
Oh my God.
I'm definitely not, though. I'm not.
Hilarious.
Yeah. My mom likes to put things into categories. So you're past-focused or present-focused or future-focused. I'm like, okay, but sometimes some people's future focus is a week in advance. Sometimes it's months in advance. People have different extents to which they plan ahead and think.
Is your mom a future focused person?
She claims that, but I would say the idea of buying a house in Door County, selling it, buying a house in Illinois, selling it, buying a different house in Door County is not a great future plan. It's a lack of a plan.
Well, what would you call her then? Present? No, she can't be present because she wouldn't fix her present situation.
She might be future focused with a lack of priority on, I don't fucking know, okay? Why didn't she stay in Illinois and she could see the kids once a week and like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
That would have been future focused because she would have been like, let me just stay here till this will all be fixed when I retire. Rather than let me like retire into Wisconsin. Yeah, I don't plan ahead. I probably couldn't, I plan 5 days in advance, maybe. Marika, what about you?
I don't really plan ahead. It depends what it is. Like, for homework, the new class that I'm in it's all about group projects. So has to be a lot of planning ahead.
To me, planning ahead is more than just planning for the week. Because I can do that. I can make my lunch for the week and whatever. And like a group project, if the week deadline is like in the same week, I'm like, okay, it's visible to me. It's kind of like in Spanish or Korean or a lot of languages when there's two different words for that.
Oh.
There's this, and then there's that you can see in your eye line, and then there's that is too far for you to see. And I feel like to me, planning ahead is like trying to plan ahead the shit that's too far for you to see. That won't fit on my weekly calendar. Like my friend, I was talking to her, she literally made a plan with me for June 1st, and also commented that her August is completely booked.
That's way too far ahead for me.
I'm like, oh my God, you are a planner.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Her August is booked.
I don't like planning activities like that. I like thinking about the future of like, fuck, what am I going to do about buying a house or my 401k and retirement and getting a baby? Like,
what's your 5-year plan?
Oh my God, that's so scary.
But I think with your baby thing, it's like you probably should have one.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, what I would like to have in 5 years would be like my own place and have a career, be in an industry that I really want to be in and enjoy and seeing like retiring from.
Okay.
Don't know what that is. And having a plan to have a baby, like actually like actively either looking at sperm donors, something like that. Like, yeah, that is where I see myself in like 5 years. God, I'll be 36. Ugh.
So then are you taking that plan and walking it backwards to form goals to make it happen?
No. Okay, what about tattoos? Like, you mentioned tattoos, like, planning ahead. That's interesting. Not a lot of people think like that, though. They're, like, do it on a whim sometimes.
Well, I mean, in both senses. So, like, a tattoo lasts your entire life.
What?
Yeah, shocker, guys. I remember my, like, boyfriend in college and beyond college, like, his thing was, like, when you think of an idea for tattoo, you should get it within 48 hours. Mm-hmm. Don't sit on it for, like, years. Just get it.
Oh, I've sat on it for years.
But I think, like, so my first tattoo I got is, like, on my right shoulder blade. I always forget where it is. On my right shoulder blade, and like it's like fine. Like I like my second tattoo better, and like would I get the first one again? Like no. But am I gonna get it removed? Like no, because that's so expensive.
Also, it's like it's good enough to keep it.
Yeah, it's like fine.
Yeah.
But when I got it, like I had a different like physique than I have now. Like, I was way skinnier in college, and I have more muscle and stuff now, and like I feel like. Definitely in my 20s, I like came into my body more and like liked my body more. Not that I ever disliked my body, but I just like liked it more and stuff as I like kind of worked out. And so now I'm like, I wouldn't get that now because I wish that I just had like my back. So
you would like think about your plan of where to even like for placement.
Well, because my second tattoo, I thought a ton about placement. Like that was my first idea about my second tattoo, which is like it's like right under my collarbone.
Yeah, it's dope.
And that's what I knew. I was like, I want a tattoo there. And I actually looked at Rihanna.
Oh, yeah. Like, she has really good placement.
She has amazing placement because she doesn't look super tatted up, but she has like 18 tattoos or something crazy.
Right.
So I looked at her and I was like, that'd be, I don't know. I just really wanted a tattoo there. And that's what I thought first. And then I was like, what could I get? And then even when I went to get to the tattoo parlor, they do, if you guys haven't gotten a tattoo before, they do like a little stencil. Mm-hmm. And they put that on you to figure out the placement. I made them do it 3 times. Because I was like, when I'm wearing a button-down shirt, I don't want this to show. Like, if I have some buttons unbuttoned, I don't want it to still show. We got to figure out the angle. Like, does it follow the collarbone? Does it go more?
Oh, wow.
Like, what's the angle? So I made them do it 3 times.
Good for you.
And then I'm really happy with it. But that was more planning.
Did it hurt a lot? It's like so close to the bone. Like,
no.
Really?
Yeah. So I think like, maybe that's something we don't talk a lot about. People think a lot about like what kind of tattoo should I get, but it's like also like where.
Yeah.
Where?
No, I think about it.
Where and color.
Yeah, I like bookmark tattoos on Instagram. Not because sometimes it's out of placement. Like, oh, that's a really good place to put a tattoo. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, like not that I like the tattoo that they have, but like, oh my God, right underneath their cheek. Where it, like, outlines that curve. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I'll do that.
Your face cheek?
My butt cheek.
Ass cheek. Okay. Your buttock.
My buttocks. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually was, like, at one point, because I don't like when the internet can't give me the answers I want, because I'm like, home tattoo removal. I'm like, is this a thing? Does home tattoo removal exist?
I'm sure you could lighten it up, like with bleaching your skin.
Some, like, acid. Yeah, it seems like really fucked up.
Sulfuric acid.
Yeah. Just pour that on your skin.
It's fine.
What could possibly go wrong?
The burning means it's working.
Yeah. Duh. I am scared though. Like, my coworker got her tattoos removed for her wedding.
Is it like initial, like the name of her ex?
No, just I think it was like for her wedding dress, which they wouldn't show, and she's like, "I'll just get them removed." She's like, "I got them removed," and she was like, and mind you, she's had a child, and she's like, "I would never do that again." She's like, "It was so extremely painful. She's like, I would do a cover up if I did that."
Yeah.
She's like,
makeup nowadays is like wonderful.
I think cover up tattoo. She's like, if somebody wants to get a tattoo removed, just do a cover up tattoo. She's like, it's so fucking painful. So, and she had a baby, and I'm like, okay, so she's basically saying this is more painful than giving birth.
Well, maybe she had epidural.
Yeah. Well, why can't they give you an epidural when you get your tattoo removed?
Because it paralyzes you from the waist down.
Well, do the one that's the waist up. I don't know. Come on, pharmacists. Yeah. So, but I think the main reason why I want to do this topic though was for travel.
Oh, yeah. Because you guys, we're going to London.
No, we're not, because we haven't booked it.
Okay, we're planning to go to London.
We're planning to buy a ticket. Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, I mean, I think about all the places, like, I'm just like, oh, I'll go to New York one day, or I'm sure I'll make it to LA, or...
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it's, like, still not happening. And then I look at my other friends, like, who are like, oh, I have a 4-day weekend, I'm going to go to Germany. Like... Who take every...
did that?
Or my friend has a post-it note on her computer, and she has all... Like, her post-it note is like, June 1st, I'm going here. And then July 2nd, I'm taking this day off so I can go here. Like, her whole summer is planned already. And I'm like,
wow.
Fuck, what?
I've always wanted to go overseas during a weekend. I know.
Damn.
I know. And I want
like
to
a 2-day weekend?
Like, take Friday off.
Okay. And just jet set.
Mm-hmm.
I would be thinking about, like, that I'd have to leave the whole time I was there. That's the worst part of a trip, when you're like, oh, God, only 2 more days. You know, I hate that feeling.
But, like, how can... I want to go to so many places. Like, how can I cram it all in? Money is always an issue for me, you know, because I'm not a saver. I'm a spender.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that is a lack of planning ahead.
Yeah.
Saving money is planning ahead.
It's weird because I have a lot of cash in my room from bartending.
How much is a lot? Thousands?
Do I want to...
Oh, people gonna rob you?
It's not 1,000.
Okay.
I'll just say that.
Okay.
Between 5 and 1,000. Okay. I'll just say that. Yeah. But it should be more, though. It should be more.
Uh-huh.
Partly because I had to pay rent. It's like my emergency fund in a way.
Is it, like, crumpled up in different locations? Oh, okay.
It's in mainly one location, but sometimes I forget to take my money out of my pocket and, like, wash my pants, and then, like, then, you know, they dry, and then it falls out, and I'm like, oh, that's where that is.
Okay.
Yeah. That's been going on since college.
Do you need, like, a nightly routine?
I have a nightly routine.
It doesn't involve emptying your pockets?
Let me just clarify. I have a nightly routine Monday through Thursday, which is do some homework, drive home, figure out what I'm going to eat for dinner, or, like, have a snack, and then it becomes my dinner while watching something on Bravo.
Uh-huh.
Okay? If it's Monday, it's Vanderpump. Tuesday's Beverly Hills Housewives. Wednesday is New York Housewives.
Wow, so that's a nightly routine. There's no toothbrushing or, like, anything in that.
And then there's falling asleep on the couch and then waking up and then getting ready for bed and then going to bed.
So Bravo is so good that it puts you to sleep.
Yep.
Travel.
What about when you travel? What do you do to plan ahead? Like, why is it not these things not executed?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm assuming that trips are just going to plan themselves or something. It'd be great just to have, like, a spouse that's, like, really into that shit. They're like, okay, in November we're going to Tokyo. Then I'd be like, oh my God, cool. But
I'm your spouse.
Or even like, even going back to Shireen, like she was like, and this obviously didn't end up happening, but she was like she was like, December or January, let's go to Busan, where you can stay there for free for a week. You just have to teach 15 hours of English classes, and then they like feed you. And I'm like, oh, how did you find that? How did you think of that? Like, this was back on Memorial Day, and she was talking about winter. I just don't think that far ahead. I think, like, at most, like, 3 months ahead for a trip, but, like, I don't know.
Maybe you should just, like, plan travel, like, 2 weeks in advance or something.
Well, yeah, my coworker does that, and she finds really good deals.
Oh, yeah. Remember that.
Yeah, because she's not, like... I have to go to Hawaii. She's like, oh, I could go to Hawaii. I could go to the Azores. I could do this, do that. The Azores are those Portuguese islands west of Portugal. Yeah. So I think because she's not choosy, she can like find the best deal.
So I'm just trying to like figure out like why you can't see that far ahead.
I think every year I'm like, this is the year where I'm gonna do it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to like, I live in the now, and I just want to enjoy right now, and I can't do both. Can people do both? Can they live in the now and in the future?
Do that. Yeah.
Do you?
I started the Paris initiative last year.
Oh, that's true, because you were randomly looking at flights. But then you planned the entire itinerary. Me.
I hate itineraries. I hate them too, and you guys made me do it. Making itineraries, but
I didn't want to do it by myself.
Like following them. But you're good at planning the podcast for guests.
Oh,
should we reveal like how we plan our podcast?
What plan?
You heard it here, guys.
This is how it goes. I text Marika every single Thursday or Friday and say, when are we doing the podcast?
Okay, first of all, it's like 90% Miles.
And then she says Sunday, and then I say, what time on Sunday?
Oh,
and then she gives me a time. And then we don't have a topic until we're both in the same like physical location, and then we figure out a topic either from our list of topics or we're inspired by something, and then we write out the questions then and there, and then we immediately record. So it's very in the now, which that's how I operate. So
but not for guests though.
With guests, it's in advance because they usually want to know the topic in advance, even though we often switch it on them once we get them in the same place. I guess. With Quentin, we switched it on him.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And with John, we thought of it then and there.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that takes a little bit more planning. But maybe that's like, because I'm beholden to another person and I'm involving another person in this, I feel a responsibility to organize it. When it's just on me, my only responsibility is to myself, and fuck me. Fuck future me. Who gives a shit about him? I'm doing me right now.
Same.
And me right now is watching YouTube. So.
Yeah, fuck future me. Like, I'm just gonna lay in bed and watch some porn. Yep.
Yeah.
And,
I've never had a fitness goal.
Really?
No.
I have.
Which is what?
Actually, and it was planned out too. So in college, Isaac and I were trying to hold each other accountable, and we called it cuddle rape. Now, you probably don't care where that name came from.
I mean, if you guys listen to the 50th episode, maybe you do know where that name came from now.
I don't think I mentioned it.
Well, you just mentioned cuddling with a boner.
So...
And slightly grinding.
Okay, whatever. It's not actually from that. It's actually because me and Isaac used to play FIFA on his computer, which is a soccer video game, and we were fucking losing. And all of a sudden, I started playing really well. I don't know how. I'm just smashing buttons. And we won the game. And then we were like in shock and very happy, and I said, it's like we cuddled with them and then we raped them. So then we had this fitness thing called cuddle rape, where basically we would pay each other money, and we each had their own separate goals. Like I would work out 4 days a week or something like that, and he would like eat a certain amount of calories and also work out and like something like that. I cheated. So.
Okay.
Yeah. And in my mind, like, when I have an adult job, I'm going to give Isaac the money that I owe him for lying about cuddle rape.
He probably doesn't remember.
This is back when we were friends.
Yeah. What was your goal?
My goal was to work out 4 days a week. And like, I think, and then I had a weight goal actually when we were going to go to LA for spring break. And he would like buy me a dress. And like, it was really kind of like not the best because I would portion out my meals and like I would have half a peanut butter jelly sandwich and then 2 hours later eat the other half and like just like plan it out like that and like work out and yeah.
Why is that not the best? Nutritionally, yeah.
Okay. Like, I was like meeting calories and like yeah, it was not the best. So, and I've had fitness goals and I never really execute them and like I try kind of.
Wait, you don't accomplish them or you never execute like even going towards them?
I like don't execute going towards them. Like I barely try. Yeah. Like I'm trying hard enough.
Yeah. I think like for me it's like I don't want to have a fitness goals can be a lot of different things, right? It can be like weight gain or weight loss. Mm-hmm. It can be, I guess if you're a guy, it could be like muscle size. If you're going on measurement, you're like, I want to have like 17-inch biceps or whatever, arms or whatever.
Yeah.
It could be that. It could be strength.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do this much.
Bench this much
or whatever. But I'm like, I don't want to set those because I don't want to be disappointed. And I don't want to be like, to me, setting those is saying like, I don't like where I am right now. Mm-hmm. Like, I like my level of fitness right now. Mm-hmm. It could just be different or better, but I'm not dissatisfied currently. So I don't want to.
It's like when I look at myself in like pictures and videos, I'm like, am I really that big? Oh my God. But like most of the time when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, I'm relatively like normal. But like when
the mirror is a lie.
I guess, yeah. But they say the camera has 10 pounds, and I think it's really true. Or something. Because I feel like I'm this ball. Like my arms like become like gigantic. And then like my breasts are like bigger also. And it just like envelops, like it's just awful.
Do you want me to take a photo of you right now?
No. Not wearing a bra today.
Me neither.
Matching.
Yeah, like vaguely, like I've had the vague thought, it's not even a goal, I'm just like, what if I like had abs? Like not a lot, what if I just had like 4? Like subtly. But that's as far as it goes. I'm like, ugh. But I don't want to set up a whole thing where I'm like doing all this stuff and like, I don't want this to be my whole life just trying to get abs because that seems like a really sad goal when I should be like having better goals like learning Korean. Like I don't really care that much about abs. It would just be like a nice thing
to have
that maybe could just happen.
I actually like working out for the most part. I do have phases where I hate it, but I like working out and I like fitness goals, but I like chips and guacamole more.
Yeah.
You know? And I have like this weird fat like that I really hate underneath my boobs, like where my boobs and my stomach kind of starts, and like this weird like it's just like comfortable sometimes. It feels bloated there. I don't know if us other women know what I'm talking about. They probably don't, but
do you have a name for it?
No.
I feel like you gotta be like, this is the waterline, or like this is the Berlin Wall, or like something.
I want to say fupa, but that's not accurate.
No, fupa is lower.
Yeah.
Shout out to fupas. Well, planning ahead. Mm-hmm. Basically, I feel like if you don't, for me, if I'm not planning. What am I trying to say?
You're more of a now person.
Yeah, but the now thing is, it's like those like really special life experiences and memories and stuff aren't happening because I'm literally just like going to work, coming home, figuring out what I'm going to do for the weekend, and I'm not planning, especially like trips and stuff. I'm not like there was that one, like that little stint when I had my old job and I had summers off where I went to Japan and I went to Ecuador and I went to Greece and like that was so amazing. And I feel like now, besides Paris a year ago, like I'm not. I know. And I've been talking about going to. You guys have never been to New York, okay?
Same.
I've never been to New York City. You've never been?
Wait, no, I have, but not as an adult, so I don't really count it when I was like young.
And I've never been. I drove through when I was 5. I was driving the car. And I did crash into the Statue of Liberty.
So you went through water.
Yeah, that was the downfall. That was the start of the end for our country. That's when I crashed my 1993 minivan into the Statue of Liberty, and Clinton just,
Clinton!
Clinton was not.
From what not to wear?
No, Bill Clinton was just not. It wasn't. Something broke inside him, and Monica rolled up, and yeah.
It's like, hey.
Check out my blouse. Dress?
It's a dress. It was a dress.
Yeah. We should have Linda Tripp on the podcast.
Oh my god, that fucking bitch. Who has no, like...
I kind of
doesn't
love her. I
feel,
don't know.
have any remorse for what she did at all.
She
doesn't. She doesn't.
That kind of makes her a badass. You know?
You, like, ruined someone's life for no real reason when the founding fathers were all, like, cheating and... Like, are you fucking kidding me that, like, no president has ever really cheated? Like, well, Bill Clinton's, like, the only one, besides maybe JFK.
Yeah, maybe she's like, this is my chance to stop it.
How is that relevant to, like, the country?
It's not, but I think some people think that the president has to offer a moral example, which is where...
Clearly, the president doesn't because of our current president right now.
Well, no, and this is where my brother, who lives in England, thinks that America should have a president and a prime minister, like many countries do, which means there's one person running the show, which is the prime minister, I think.
Okay, and then there's the face of the brand.
And then the president is the face of the brand. But we have it wrapped into one person, and that's like a lot on one person.
So the queen is their brand ambassador.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like, but a lot of other countries, like Russia has a prime minister, and then Putin right now is their president, where he's like the face of the brand. And he's probably also running the show, but they have a president and a prime minister.
They do?
Yeah, Putin was the prime minister, and now he's the president. Oh. I don't think we clarify that in the news enough, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But like we could
he's
have...
He's really running the show, though, clearly.
Yeah, we never hear about the other guy, but also America's obsessed with him. But that's where, like, we could have, let's say, Cory Booker as the prime minister of America who's running the show, and then we could have Oprah as the president, who's just the face. We could leverage kind of our celebrity power that America has, but we don't.
Cory Booker. Sexy. So what did we learn here?
I don't know.
That planning saves money. Right?
Oh. I feel like you just said that, and that's like, but we didn't learn that, but that's like true.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
Well, and planning is saving money. Like, saving money is part of planning.
Right.
For sure. Oh, I just want to say before we do transition that what's your 5-year plan? Or where do you want to be in 5 years? That interview question? That's the stupidest interview question.
Oh, I know. That's the worst. I think you hate that question.
That's the worst one. You're going to ask me that when I'm 22, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know what tomorrow looks like. I'm cold.
Also, it's like, what I was to say, like, obviously being in this company and moving up, like, what?
Yeah, they just want you to, like, suck the dick of the company with that question. It's like, that's the one where I wish I could throw it back and be like, what's your 5-year plan? We don't know what's going to happen.
It's like, you could be like, do you have any questions for me? I'm like, yeah, what's your 5-year plan?
Honestly, have you ever thought about that? Where, like, just applying for a job that you don't even want and then just fucking all over that interview?
No.
Like, you could, though. You could. You could lie on your whole resume. You can make up a whole identity, go to that interview, and then just fuck with them. It's weird that that's, like, totally possible.
Should we do that?
I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
I'd be like, okay, hello. I'm like, hello, hi. My managerial experience speaks for itself. And my 5-year plan is to be your boss. Okay, little bitch. Like, what's your 5-year plan? To be your daddy. And your mommy. Okay, let's move on. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm like delirious. So, we have no questions.
Ugh, guys. Sure. So every week we also end our episode with success that we've had. So my success is related to the topic, I guess, cooking, where this was one of my New Year's resolution. New Year's goal. Okay.
I'm just sitting here listening to Rika pronounce every form of this word.
I can't pronounce stuff today, guys. So I'm actually like cooking more. And it's partly because of like this lunch group thing that we're doing. Granted, it took me a minute to get there. Not gonna lie that I missed a few weeks of not making lunches for my group.
Yeah.
But finally I'm into it. And I make like this pork ragu for it was mostly for me, but then it turned out to be like, I need to do this for the group because I also have to make a shepherd's pie for St. Patrick's Day.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of cooking. And I really would, a lot of cooking for that. So.
But you like cooking.
I do, but
you just
also.
forget that you like it, right? Or you forget, you don't like
I don't like buying groceries. And I like to shop at Whole Foods because I like the ingredients they have. It also is like a budget thing too. But I'm really enjoying it. And like even before the lunch group, I was actually like making grilled salmon and sauteed vegetables that were frozen and like, yay. It's really good bowel movements that week. Excellent.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They weren't good before?
No, there's not enough fiber and protein in my diet.
My success is that I went to Costco for the first time ever. So Friday day, I G-chatted my friend. I'm like, what are you doing? Or it was Meredith who we had on for the I Don't Know How to Date episode.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Long time ago. So I G-chatted her and I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, some friends and I are going to Costco to buy rotisserie chicken and then we're going back to our friend's house to eat the rotisserie chicken. And I was like, you know what? That sounds like a pretty good Friday night plan. Like, let's just eat. Costco, honestly, it's not that different from Sam's Club. And
let me stop you right there. Okay, it's way different. Every time I walk into Sam's Club, I feel like I'm just walking into Walmart. I just get that vibe. And I'm like, why? Ew, just feels gross. Just feels gross. Costco is just like, just a better vibe.
They both just feel like warehouses to me.
But one has a better vibe than the other one.
Maybe. I think they're both ugly, but the best part about Costco is they have an entire giant, like, bed-sized bin of cargo shorts just ready to just destroy the fashion of America. Like,
that's why Costco's better.
And my friend had a whole text conversation with her boyfriend. She was like, do you own cargo shorts? We were taking bets. She was like, I bet he owns cargo shorts.
Oh, for sure.
She's like, do you? And he's like, no. No, sorry. Let me back it up. Do you wear shorts? Yes. She was like, but wait, that could just mean at home. She's like, do you wear shorts in public? Mm-hmm. And he's like, yes. Mm-hmm. But basketball shorts in public. And I'm like, oh God, it's 2009. And then she's like, do you own cargo shorts? And he's like, no, because I don't play golf or hiking or something. And she was like, okay, so if you did do those things, you would have them? And he was like, yes, I would. But then they broke up immediately. And
I would hope so.
Oh God, that's such a cargo shorts.
Camping is
camping is because
hiking.
camping your clothes are smoky and it's not about being fashion in the woods. It's like
Okay, you need all those pockets for all your pocket knives and stuff.
And your Nintendo GameCube.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry. Golf? You're going to a golf club. That's a nice place usually, all right?
I know. I don't understand why it's for golf. You wear those disgusting seersucker-y vertical stripe bullshit.
Yeah, or single colored shorts.
The golf uniform is just like it's like men babies. They're like adult babies. Like they're wearing like pastels and they're like waddling around in their like stupid ass shorts and like
But they're better than cargo. I'm sorry.
Anything's better than cargo.
To each their own.
Yeah, you know. Mm-hmm. Yes. You guys, that's our episode. So I'm sorry if I was tired. I feel like tired.
Well, Matt's had a very intense work week.
Yeah, I was sleeping 8 hours a night. I think my body's also trying to get sick right now. Oops. Anyway, that's our show. So you can email us at idkpod@gmail.com. It's been a minute, please.
Or our Instagram. I think you guys know what it is.
Yeah, guess what that is. And then we'll...
IDK What I'm Doing pod.
Yes, on Instagram. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
The birding means it's working.